Thousands of Brits dream of starting new lives in the sun.
This is lovely. That water's so warm.
Drawn by the promise of cheap property and a very different way of life.
Look at the office. Could be worse, couldn't it?
But there's not always time to relax.
This is not something for the faint-hearted.
I don't think it's going to be ready.
As they launch brand new businesses.
I'll definitely enjoy my bed this evening.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Now we're with a new wave of expats.
All our worldly goods.
Opening restaurants and launching boats in Spain.
She's the admiral, I'm just the captain.
Vineyards and campsites in France.
It was genuinely giving me sleepless nights.
But will it be sweet success?
Puts us on the map, big time.
Or will things turn sour?
We are broke.
And can the latest Brits really find happiness in the sun?
How lucky you are to live here with me.
So lucky.
Today, a British-run dive shop finally opens for business.
Today's been a real reminder of why we've come here, to take people diving and have smiley faces in the shop.
2 British gîte owners.
Toilet rolls, towels, everything sparkly, check.
Welcome their first French guests.
They don't speak English. I know it. I can't speak French tonight, my head's saddled.
And will this trainee B&B host
How's the bread?
fall at the first hurdle?
I have to wake them up. I hope the guests not have to do that. Hello, breakfast.
La Manga, a unique strip of land separating the Mediterranean Sea from a beautiful inland lagoon. The area is home to some of the best dive sites in Spain. This year, keen scuba divers Ed Smith and Joe Golder ditched their jobs in sales and recruitment to follow a dream of making money from this aquatic paradise.
Part of the lifestyle change for us wasn't to go somewhere and earn millions and loads of money. It was to go somewhere where we can walk to work and we can spend our time outside and we can do something that we love and we can be active. And that's why I love it here so much, because you can do that. You wake up every day and the sun's shining.
They've thrown most of their life savings into renovating a dive centre and buying a new boat, but last week their boat developed engine trouble. Thankfully, after a visit to the workshop, Ed found an easy solution.
Turns out all it was a little hose, so there's a tiny little bit of air getting into the fuel line. And all I needed to do was just put a clip on it and stick it back in, and it was fine. So, you know, it's all good, it's all good. Easy fix. I like things. When they're easy, it's great. Don't like problems, but the solutions, if they're easy, happy days.
There's more good news at their shop. Over the past week, all the decoration has been completed and all their dive equipment has been delivered. It means they're now finally ready to open to the public.
Today's going to be an interesting day, actually. It's a pretty big day for us. It's our official opening party. So we're decorating the shop out, putting some balloons and some flags and banners and stuff. We've invited some mates from England to come out.
Ed's friends are all experienced divers, and he's hoping they'll be impressed by his new setup.
For waiting for us. Simon surprised us and turned up out of the blue. Yes, didn't even know he was coming. We knew Luke was coming, but only a week or so, or a couple of weeks ago. So it's fantastic that they can come out here. Joe and I are so pleased that you guys have come out. It's brilliant.
Glad we could help, mate.
It's beyond what I thought it would be transformed into. I think Ed's done a huge amount of work here, and Joe as well. And I mean, the dive wall with the photographs on is just incredible. Yeah, no, I think they've done super well.
It's now 6 hours until the opening party starts, but Joe and Ed reckon they still have time to test run the boat and squeeze in a quick dive.
We come out of the marina and through this little canal here, which is Lagola, and then we're going to motor out to this island here. Going to love it, and then you're going to keep wanting to come back for more,
we'll come back
which
more.
is the plan, isn't it?
They need to keep an eye on the clock, but it's a slow start. They've got to fill their air tanks at a dive shop 10 minutes away in town.
Todo bien? Excellent.
Ed does have his own machine that could do the job, but it doesn't meet Spanish safety rules. Every bottle costs €10 to fill. Money Joe and Ed can't afford to lose.
It's not sustainable doing like this. Obviously, it's taken us, 10 minutes to get here from the shop. loading, turning around, and we're going to have to do this every time.
45 minutes after setting off, they finally make it to the marina, but there's soon another delay.
Ed and I have forgotten the boat keys.
I'll be back in 2 minutes, and then we're ready to go.
10 minutes later, Ed is back with the keys. And eventually, dry land is a long way behind them.
So, here we are. Right. This is Isla Farallon.
Today I have the short straw. I'm shore cover while the guys go diving. They've got a perfect day for it. Nice and flat, but the visibility looks cracking. And I'm going to sit on the boat for an hour and just wait for them to come back and tell me all about it. 3, 2, 1, go.
The boys head for the wild blue yonder.
Hi!
And it seems so far so good with the boat.
Great news about the boat. It's working fine. So, huge relief. We know we've got a beautiful dive shop now. The diving here is fantastic, so we just need to get people in to see that and get that return custom, but it's fingers crossed.
That was awesome. Barracuda were amazing. Just incredible down there. Really, really incredible. Lovely, really pleasant.
Lovely, really good. Lucky Ed.
Today's been a real reminder of why we've come here. This is the reason we're here, to take people diving and have smiley faces in the shop. Yeah, really nice experiences.
It's now 5 o'clock, and although the dive is a great success, it's taken longer than expected. And choppy seas on the way back mean Ed and Joe are now in real danger of being late for their own opening party.
Ed, we're carrying one fin.
Ed doesn't seem to share Joe's sense of urgency, though.
Got things to do, sweetheart. He always dilly-dallies. He's not very good at leaving things alone. And I'm getting hangry, so I'm pushing it for time.
Many expats starting a new life in France move to enjoy a more laid-back way of life. Others, though, have much bigger aspirations.
These are two I prepared earlier. Spoil all my fun.
Like Steve McMahon and Rob Brimfield. They stumbled across a vineyard and 2 run-down properties. 2 years on, they run a wine business and have just opened a holiday complex.
We stood on the corner just over there and said, we want to buy this, don't we? Something had clicked in the pair of us and we kind of fell in love with it. I'm sure there were the odd sceptic around that thought, yeah, they're not going to manage it, but we did, and our wine just gets better and better, I think.
Always something different to do, so it keeps the interest going.
Normally about 4 things to do at once. That's the problem.
It's late April, and Rob and Steve are saying au revoir to the first guests in their newly renovated cottages.
Don't forget your walk around so you haven't forgotten anything.
A group of 6 women all the way from Australia.
They were very spoilt for the week, you know, and abundant breakfast, wasn't it? And very generous, and yeah, I would certainly recommend it, or certainly come back. I'd love to bring my husband back and show him. It's been heavenly, actually. I've even spent some time tying some vines and then, you know, enjoying a drink afterwards. It's just been like a home away from home.
It's been lovely having you here.
You couldn't have asked for a better 6 to be your first guests.
Well, yeah. 5-star accommodation.
Oh, thank you. You just make sure you come back.
As the first week goes, I think box ticked, happy guests, happy us, need a bit of a lie down, but be fine.
But a lie down is not an option when juggling 2 businesses. And today there is vital work needed to save their vineyard. A late frost has devastated budding crops across the whole of the Bordeaux region.
It's burnt, cold burnt, all the tender new growth, and it's now just all shriveled up. You can see they're just crumbling away now. So that's them finished, gone.
The frost, which was the worst for 20 years, has damaged up to 70% of crops in some vineyards. With the right care, there is a chance the vines could recover.
So I'm going to go in the other alleyways in between the vines to really dig deep, to try and release all the nutrients and the nitrogen and what have you by breaking up the soil as deep as you can. Start making a mess and making some dust because we're due for some rain over the next couple of days, so need to get it done today.
Meanwhile, Steve is assessing the damage, and it looks like their woodland has protected some of the vines from being annihilated.
Basically, it acted as a buffer and pushed all the cold air down the valley rather than coming across onto this parcel of land. So we're very lucky. This probably accounts for a good proportion of our vineyard that's not been hit at all. If we walk up, we can see how the growth here is how it should be. And you'll see, compared to the flowers that were frostbitten and crumbling away, these are bright green and healthy looking. So they're growing really strongly and well. But that's early days yet. We'll have to see how the other side catches up, if it catches up.
Unless they can rescue the damaged vines, Rob and Steve could be down on production this year. With harvest 5 months away, it's now a waiting game to see if they can recover. It's a few weeks later, and Rob and Steve need to shift their attention back to the gîtes, because later today, they're expecting a party of 6 bikers.
We haven't had any complaints yet, touch wood, which we're obviously delighted about, but it's not something to be complacent about either, because it only takes one person to find something wrong.
Steve wants everything to be perfect for their next guests.
Toilet rolls, towels, everything sparkly, check.
But there might be a small issue.
They don't speak English. I know it.
Rob and Steve have been trying to learn French between setting up their businesses, but they're far from fluent.
I can't speak French tonight, my head's saddled. Bonjour, je suis Steve.
The guests are here, but could the language barrier tarnish their perfect review record? Undiscovered Spain provides a great variety of unusual and interesting homes, like the quaint cave houses of Galera. Over recent years, people have fallen in love with these hobbit-like shelters, and there's been a real trend in developing caves into charming homes.
We're not the Flintstones, as everyone thinks. We do have all the amenities. Cave houses have just become very popular because they're so unique. You'll never find 2 cave houses the same.
With prices starting from as little as €12,000, they're also amazing value for money.
Once you sleep in a cave, you'll never want to sleep anywhere else.
Jane DeLonga and Nigel Springay have been living in their own inland paradise for a week now. They've bought an established B&B in the remote town of Barbaroja, 50 miles west of Alicante.
It's just silence, and it's beautiful as the sun sets. The stars come out and they're so clear because there's no light pollution. It's just a very beautiful, peaceful place.
It's just a nice way of life.
Former owners Dirk and Anita have agreed to give Jane and Nigel a crash course in running a B&B before they move back to the Netherlands.
There's the fruit salad done. I'll put that out here.
Today is their last day, and it seems there's still a long way to go.
I have to wake them up.
That was fast.
I hope the guests not have to do that. Hello, breakfast.
Look at the clock. I said, oh, it's nearly 8 o'clock. Quick. Oh, an hour more than normal.
But early mornings aside, Jane's new guest house is starting to feel like home.
Everything in the kitchen now is ours. Everything of Anita and Dirk's is on the truck. Literally, everything is on the truck. The truck is shut. So everything in the house now is ours.
Today, Jane needs to prepare breakfast for 6 guests.
What do we need? That's the bread. Egg cups, yes, and the bread.
But at least for now, Anita is around to help.
Last time, helping Jane. Last time.
And as Jane edges nearer to going it alone... Anita's time as a B&B host is almost at an end.
Mixed emotions. I have a great time with Jane and with Nigel. I love it, and I have a great time with wonderful friends here. But I'm also looking forward to go and see my grandchild, my mom, my family. But it's mixed.
It's quite frightening, really, because not that we rely on them, but we do everything together. We've gelled so much as the four of us, and it's going to be very, very strange. It's like cutting my arm off, I think. Yeah.
Jane is trying her best to get everything ready, but there's one thing she could never have anticipated.
Sorry to say it. It's raining. All the plates. We must find a solution.
After a quick reshuffle, breakfast will be served inside.
Here we go. It's not meant to rain in Spain. It's meant to be sunny. This is August. I'm going to have rain now. Good job we haven't got lots more people, but there we go.
Thankfully, everything is ready just in time.
Is there a flavour that you haven't got? Or the magic?
I like the natural.
Okay, yes, the natural things.
With breakfast sorted, Nigel is taking a delivery. The house is off-grid. It's not connected to the water mains and relies on solar power and a diesel generator to operate.
Dirk and Anita are probably leaving tomorrow, so we're just making sure that we had a tanker of water yesterday and now topping up the heating system and the backup generator. It's a couple of less jobs that we have to sort of worry about. The generator doesn't kick in that often, so that should do us a good while.
Inside, breakfast is winding down.
Would you like any more coffee?
And it seems Jane's taking to her new role well.
Our stay here is very nice. The view is great. You can see the mountains and yes, the swimming pool. The people are very friendly. Everything.
We want to carry on delivering what Dirk and Anita have set up. And yeah, this morning I think it went well. I'm feeling very confident with the breakfast now, getting things on. My schedule, it's been lovely having them here, and it will be very strange them not being here to ask advice and what should I do with this and where can I put that and where can I get this. But no, I've got their phone numbers, don't worry. I'll be calling them.
With the baton well and truly passed over, there's nothing left to do but celebrate with a night on the tiles.
Very good future.
Now it's over to Nigel and Jane to cope on their own.
They have a good start and they're so positive people, and I know it's gonna be better and better. Yeah, I think so.
I know we've picked the right place.
It's our highway to the sun, darling.
There you go. It just feels so right here. Everything about it, it's just the place, the people, it's just fine.
At La Manga's newest dive shop, Joe Golder and Ed Smith are running late for their opening party.
Accidentally went diving and spent far too much time out at sea. Now we're a little bit behind. Now we've got balloons to put up, other bits and bobs to do, still not had a shower.
So they've roped in family and friends to help them get ready.
Come over, they said. Celebrate with us, they said. Clean our kit, they said. Yeah.
The lads are very nicely washing all the kit for us. So it's our own fault, but a little bit of a rush around now.
Thankfully, by the time the first guests arrive...
Oh, yeah. Good to see you. Hello.
The food is ready and everyone is in the mood to celebrate.
They've put a lot of effort in. The place looks great. The diving we did today was great. So the recipe for success is there.
Ed and Joe have transformed a rundown shop into a stylish dive centre. Now all they need are the customers.
To actually come out here and see the whole establishment and what they've done with the place, hats off to them. Yeah, I mean I couldn't have done it. Yeah, they've done really, really well. They should be really proud of what they've done.
When we first came here, it was a bit rugged, to say the least. This is superb now, isn't it? I mean, what more could you wish for?
6 days later, and a big day for Joe and Ed. They have their first booking since opening.
I'm feeling very excited, actually. Yeah, it's just nice to go to work. The whole point of this is that we're here to work and teach people to dive and go diving and enjoy all the dive sites that we've got here. So now we've got real customers that we can actually take out and do stuff with. It's brilliant.
Ed's been teaching for years, but today the pressure will really be on Joe.
Breathing underwater, is that part of the snorkel skill?
Snorkel breathing and
skill?
clearing.
She's only just passed her dive instructor's exam, and this will be her first chance to teach.
Little bit nervous, but I think that's to be expected. But Ed will be there, I'm sure, to let me know where I'm going wrong.
But no time for nerves now. Their first customers have arrived.
So, welcome our new guests.
Hey, good to meet you. Do the Spanish thing. Hiya.
We're here going to enjoy the culture.
Yeah.
Chris and Gab are Canadian backpackers, spending a month in Spain. Chris is an experienced scuba diver, and Ed will be teaching him on a deep diver course over 2 days.
I've done about 10 dives now, mainly through Central America. A lot of fun stuff, so this should be something new for me, though. Really excited for it.
Joe will be working with Gab, who's never dived before.
Yeah, perfect. Take those.
She's doing a 4-day open water course.
I'm a bit nervous. I mean, it's something I've never done before. I've never breathed underwater before, so that's slightly nerve-wracking, but I feel pretty good in general. I feel like I can handle it, so.
First impressions of the dive shop are good.
Look at the place, it's super white, no marks on the walls or anything like that, so it's awesome. Brand new gear, which is always nice and reassuring. You know you're in good hands and good gear makes all the difference having a good dive.
Okay.
Yes, I am ready, if you guys are.
Let's go diving.
The couple want to end the course diving together. But for today, Gab will dive in the shallow waters of Cala Cortina to practice breathing underwater.
Okay, ready? Yeah. Let's go. You just want to walk backwards a little bit.
Most of this first lesson is about safety drills and basic skills. But there's also a great underwater paradise to explore.
It was a lot of fun for a first dive. Saw some fish too, which was pretty exciting. Breathing underwater is totally like a complete different experience. Yeah.
Definitely gonna get into it now? Oh yeah, this is the beginning. That's
Dive
how it starts for everyone.
Today's gone really well. It's been a learning curve. I've learned a lot, and Ed's given me some feedback about where things need to improve and where things have been going well. It's been really nice to have one student have a bit more one-on-one, and it helps that she's fantastic. She's been really good in the water. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
But impressing a complete beginner is one thing. Can Ed do just as well with advanced diver Chris tomorrow? In southwest France, Rob and Steve are welcoming their French guests to their new gîte complex.
I've had beautiful 3 times, so I'm happy.
Baudin?
Là, oui.
Okay, that's pour toi. Rob, can you check?
Oh, yeah.
Most of the guests don't speak any English.
Okay, ça c'est la chambre. Très nouveau. Wow. Pour les douches, si tu souhaites changer le tête,
oui.
Ici.
D'accord.
Okay.
But despite the language issues,
Très bien.
all their guests seem impressed.
Il est merveilleusement bien entretenu, il est superbe, la chambre est super belle, c'est très propre, très clean, et je vais conseiller aux gens de venir sans aucun souci dans ce gîte, que ce soit les Anglais ou les Français.
Voilà, c'est très beau.
C'est très beau, c'est décoré avec goût en plus.
Tu souhaites une dégustation de vin ce soir ou non?
De quoi? Non, plutôt demain, ça vous embête
Demain,
pas?
oui.
The guests decide to book wine tasting for tomorrow, meaning Rob and Steve can finally relax.
Did you make this?
with my own fair hands and the help of a packet from a little well-known supermarket.
But despite Steve's best efforts, one guest's remark has hit a nerve.
And he did say to me, straight away, first comment, you live in France, so you should speak French. Even though it says on our... It is very true, however, we do advertise on our website that we only speak English.
Yes, but we should speak better French than we
should,
do.
absolutely.
Two days later, Rob and Steve are out to impress their latest guests with an alfresco breakfast service.
Croissants, pain au raisin et pain au chocolat. Bonjour, bonjour à tous. Vous préférez ici, oui?
And Steve has put the guests' comments behind him.
Nice to have a mixed bag of different nationalities. As long as they don't say, you should speak French, you live in France.
Or maybe not. But they do have a chance to practice their language skills today with a wine tour in French.
Le tout pétant, le deuxième fermentation.
And any gaps are filled in with a bit of mime.
Steve is dans le presse. Passer le raisin et je dans le...
Ah oui, tu vas... Mais il faut faire attention parce que ça tourne la tête. Hein.
Oui. C'est pourquoi, Steve, dites-moi, Robbie, passe de cela. C'est bon.
It seems to have done the trick. The guests leave with 4.5 cases of wine.
Rosé. Oui. 12 rouges. Six rosé.
That's nearly €350 extra for Rob and Steve. But more importantly, happy guests.
Oui, on a passé un très très bon séjour dans ce gîte, très sympathique, avec des gens très très accueillants. En plus, on a eu droit à une dégustation, donc c'était ma foi fort bien. Et le vin est très bien aussi. C'était parfait. Avec le temps, tout était superbe.
Wine tour done, it's time for the bikers to check out.
Work starts now. Come on, Bran.
But there's no rest for Rob and Steve, with 3 gîtes to clean from top to bottom.
Beautifully white.
And the couple's time is becoming increasingly stretched between the cottages and the vines.
It's a working farm and we work it together, so it doesn't happen on its own, does it?
No.
The couple still have to tend to their damaged vines, and with the busy summer holidays fast approaching, they'll certainly have their work cut out.
I'm just a bit overcome, to be honest.
Deep in the Ondon Valley, Jane and Nigel are now on their own, running their new B&B. But they've already hit a major problem.
It gives like 3 times and then an alarm comes on. Basically, we've woken up this morning, had an alarm on my phone saying that we had a power cut.
The house relies on solar power for the majority of its electricity. This charges batteries, and when they run out, the diesel-powered generator should take over.
What should have happened when the batteries started draining, they come to a level, the generator kicks in, and that produces power for the house until the sun comes up. This hasn't happened for some reason.
Fellow expat and local mechanic Jim has rushed over to try to fix the problem.
I would expect it to be pumped. It looks like it isn't pumping. That's what it looks like.
I only rang Jim 45 minutes ago and he's here. Hopefully we can get it up and running today. Or that the sun shines a lot today and we'll be fine. But it's the cloudiest day we've had since we've been here.
There is still some power at the B&B, so for now at least, the guests are blissfully unaware.
We was looking for something quiet and away of the city. Our room has the nice view.
The nicest?
The nicest view to the mountain.
To the mountains, yeah. They are so kind and they help us with everything, the kitchen, the barbecue, and everything perfect.
Thankfully, the skies are clearing, and there's another added bonus today.
It's beautiful. It's like a postcard.
because Jane's daughter, Louisa, has come for her first family visit.
And it's so quiet, just listen. I can still hear my kids. I'll let you off abandoning me. I'm still telling everyone you've abandoned me. But look what I've abandoned you for, and look at a fabulous place to pop over and see us.
But Jane is still expecting her to earn her keep.
The morning's really busy in here. Breakfast is really busy. I'm going to come in and watch.
Busy again.
Whatever. Hey, listen, you're not sitting out there going, where's my breakfast?
Yeah.
You'll be helping Mummy.
Am I going to help? I'm helping you, I'm helping, I won't pay you.
I can see why she's come out. It's a totally different life to what we're used to back home. I know she's got to go up and do the breakfast and stuff, but it's just beautiful. They're not going to be able to get rid of me. I'm going to be here all the time.
With the old owners Anita and Dirk back in the Netherlands, Louisa's visit will be a huge help for Jane and Nigel. But outside, engineer Jim is running out of ideas on how to fix the broken generator.
It sounds like the fuel pump is running.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing a flow, which is what we would expect to see.
And Nigel is running out of time.
We've got 4 new guests coming today, so it's definitely a full house tonight.
Guests expect to turn the power on and have electric, so we'll have to do what we have to get the electric running.
Sorry, couldn't help you anymore.
Okay, no worries. As soon as the sun goes down tonight, we won't be able to produce anymore and we'll just drain the batteries again. So we do need the generator running. This is probably the biggest problem we've had so far because it has an impact on guests if we can't get it sorted today.
If Nigel can't get the generator fixed before dusk, the couple will be facing a full house with a major power problem. It's day 2 of teaching for dive instructors Ed Smith and Joe Golder. Today, they've brought clients Chris and Gab to the village of Cala Cortina.
So you've got an old fort at the top there, see at the top of the hill?
Yeah.
Used as a fort in World War II and the Spanish Civil War.
The Canadian backpackers have booked the course to fulfill an ambition of diving together. Chris has dived before.
Remember how it all goes together?
Gab had her first ever lesson with Joe yesterday.
I was really tired after yesterday. I slept like a rock the entire night, grabbed some food and then just slept the whole night, yeah. So I think I'll be feeling pretty much the same by the end of today, but it's worth it. It's a good tired.
Today, Gab's training continues in the shallows, allowing Ed to take Chris on a much more difficult dive.
It's the deep diver course, so maximum depth for the whole course is 40 metres, so it's a good one. A long way down, but today we just break him in gently. We don't want to damage him too much.
Pretty excited. It's been a little while since I last went diving, so it's been good to get back in the water, especially in Spain. Can't really complain there, right?
Deep sea diving can be dangerous. There's a risk of developing nitrogen narcosis or loss of consciousness. But Chris copes with the conditions brilliantly.
At first, it was a little bit of, getting comfortable with equipment again. Sometimes I just go to reach for stuff and I had to look for it for a few seconds, so that just took a few seconds to get back into. But after I had that back down, it was pretty good, yeah. A lot of fun. There's no such thing as a bad dive.
That was excellent, really, really nice. Nice long dive as well. We ended up doing about an hour. Yeah, we got the depth, 23, 24 metres on that dive. And we needed to take it a bit steady, go through some skills just to refresh his memory. First 5 minutes was a little bit shaky, but after that he was good as gold.
It's the next day. Ed and Chris were planning to dive even deeper today, but Chris hasn't been well.
You got more of a lazy afternoon, which is probably better for you as well. You put your feet up.
He was sick after diving and spent 4 hours in hospital last night.
Yeah, it was a little bit unexpected. We started to feel a little bit odd. Everything was going off, stomach issues, started feeling some numbness in the arms, things like that. So you always want to be safe, so we kind of just didn't take any chances, hopped down to the hospital last night.
There's still a small risk of decompression sickness, where the bubbles from nitrogen can expand in your blood. You learn all about it as part of your diving, and he did the right thing. He made the call, and he ended up going to the clinic. They checked him out for a few other bits and pieces as well, made sure he wasn't dehydrated and he might have had a stomach bug. But it turns out he was absolutely fine. There was no diving-related issues at all.
A few hours later, Chris insists he's feeling well enough to continue his course.
Lots of blue.
And they all head out to sea so that he can do his second deep dive with Ed.
1, 2, 3, go.
But it soon becomes obvious something is wrong. Chris starts to feel drowsy and can't focus. Luckily, all Ed's training kicks in.
See them on the line already, so come up a little bit earlier than expected.
And he manages to get Chris back to the surface safely.
This is the first panic attack I've ever had in my life. Cold hit me, and I was like, I had to literally tell myself, just breathe, man. It's all right.
Got a little panic attack?
I think last night definitely put a little bit of an edge into me. So when I was going down, I was kind of had a lot in my head.
Yeah.
I do a lot of extreme sports, and that was, I think, the first time where I kind of started having a little bit of a panic attack down there. And I had to take the sign, just breathe for a little bit. I feel like we have good communication. I'm able to understand you perfectly, and you understood what I was going on right away.
Yeah, and you were like, I'm slowing down there. Cool,
That's
you
it.
stop, get some breath under control. Right, get this anchor up.
As they head to shore, Chris is feeling better.
That's what the deep training's about, because suddenly that visual reference goes.
Yeah.
You need to, like, right, look at my computer, concentrate on my breathing. Where's my buddy?
But now they need to work out exactly why he's not feeling 100%, and if Chris is well enough to complete the course and dive with Gab. At Rob and Steve's Vineyard and Gîte complex, the couple are continuing to juggle the two sides of their business. But now things are so busy, it means they're going to have to start spending more time apart.
We'll survive, won't we? You know?
Yes.
There is a gap between hips. We don't have to be joined.
We're not twins and we're not brothers, like so many people keep telling us.
Yeah,
Today, Rob is off to sell wine at an artisan market, but he's already late.
He should be leaving now.
We'll go in there with these, Steve.
Good job, we have a big car. Goodbye. Good luck.
See you later.
Don't speak to strangers, don't take sweets from strangers.
I won't.
Meanwhile, Steve has breakfast to prepare for new guests in the Gîtes.
Rob does the market because he likes wobble gobbing, as I call it. Good morning. Oh, bonjour. You had a comfortable night?
Oh, we went to Saint-Emilion yesterday.
Did you?
Yes. Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh, yes, a beautiful town.
Yes, yes.
Enjoyed it. All right, thank you. I'll see you later.
Rob's late arriving at the market, so he's wrestling with his gazebo when most of the other stalls are already up.
Oops. Touching her van then. Hold on. Another pair of hands would always be good, but I practice putting it up and down on my own at home first.
Saint-Foy-le-Grand Market attracts lots of expat Brits, so Rob is never quite sure what language to speak.
It's difficult. Do you say hello or do you say bonjour? Last week I was helloing. This week I'm a little bit kind of bonjouring. So we'll see what happens. Bonjour. Hello. Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Une petite dégustation? That might be a no.
But it turns out to be a oui.
Is c'est bon? Is petit élégant? Is...
And the first sale of the day.
Merci. Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
As well as selling at the markets, the couple have an online shop.
Right.
And back at the Vineyard, Steve has to box up some wine for a customer back in the UK.
It's a trade that's building for us, and we're having repeat orders as well, so it is working and people are appreciating the wine that they're receiving. And this is a repeat order of 10 cases, so someone's really enjoying it.
The sale is worth over €800, but 10 cases means 120 bottles for Steve to wrap and box ready for shipping.
He'll be having a whale of a time at the market because Rob likes to talk. Unlike me, I'm the shy one.
Want to try some wine? What do you mean, no, you're okay? You can never be okay.
But Rob is actually having mixed fortunes at the market.
No, not today.
No, it's only a taster. It's not. I'm not sitting you down for a whole bottle. 80% Merlot, 20% Cabernet Franc.
Very nice wines. This region, noted for its wine, superb quality wines, you know.
Nice to see you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And you.
As another customer leaves empty-handed, it's time to see how the other half is doing.
Hopefully he's had a more productive morning than I have.
Could be someone.
Hello, it's me.
Bonjour.
How's your morning going? Have you done all your jobs?
Why are you asking me stupid questions? At the very least, you have to break even to justify going to this market. If you dare come back here and we're not broken even, then don't even bother coming back. Do you get the message?
Yes.
Good.
I'll see you later.
Okay, bye. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Rob will need to sell about 12 bottles of wine today to break even.
Hello there.
Hello.
Can I tempt you to a little sample of wine?
Early in the day.
And it's not long before the pep talk seems to pay off.
For wine? It's never too early for wine. This is what I call breakfast.
It's delicious.
You like that one?
Lovely. I'll have a bottle of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The 2015 was quite a special year. See, one of each. It's an easy carry then, isn't it?
And he finally ends the day with a profit.
Good to see you. Take care.
So here he comes.
Oh, it's warm. It's warm. Hello, Branston.
Hi, did you have a lovely day?
Do you think standing in the streets in the midday sun, trying to sell wine...
Well, that's your joy of life, Mr. Wobblegob.
Ecstatic. Lovely day. And I sold a few bottles right at the end as well. So...
I suspected you would, for fear of coming home.
Repercussions. Yeah. Yeah.
Rob and Steve are working well at dividing their time, and it's a good job. They're about to hit their busiest period, with plenty of repair work to do on their vines and a bookings diary filling up fast. Next time, the bumper booking...
It's a full house and that's what we want.
...means Jane and Nigel end up roughing it in Spain.
It's only for 4 nights, but it'll be fine.
Rob and Steve launch a brand new idea.
You're anxious that you don't have one of those rare culinary disasters.
But could bad weather scupper their plans?
The forecast for today is rain and showers all day.
And a Warrington couple with big dreams. But will they ever make it to the finish line?
We have got cyclists booked in to come out to retreat, and currently we haven't got a villa.